Okay, let me tell you when the process of internationalization began. It began soon after Second World War. We know, the whole world was sort of pessimist. It was going through this situation of pessimism right after World War II. And then that is how United Nations came into being, and then they started talking about international communication. And the whole world was quite optimist about it. Wow, international communication, it is going to cover up distances and going to bring world together. So internationalization, you see, the process has been both celebrated and problematized. And here I have mentioned how it has been celebrated, how it has been problematized. Celebrated, it was viewed as mean of greater international understanding. When communication covers up distances, it kind of tends to increase greater international understanding. This was an optimistic viewpoint that many people had right after World War II and in the beginning of international media. And it was also viewed as instrument of modernization and nation building. Modernization, industrialization was happening and people were getting modernized, and it was viewed that yes, international media, international communication will play a positive role for modernization, even to modernize developing societies like Sub-Sahara, not Africa or Asia, Middle East and all these things. So this is how internationalization was celebrated in the beginning. However, very soon, many scholars, people started realizing problems. It was perceived as a tool of neo-colonialism. What is colonialism? I can tell you my understanding, right? I know you all are clear what is, we were once British colony, by the way. I'll tell you only my understanding. You can further look this word up in the dictionary and you can come up with one of your own. To my mind, colony is establishment. Like fungus makes its colonies if we don't wash our teacup, right? So you can see the colonies of sporangia, like spores. That is a colony. So they establish a colony. Similarly, global powers, they established colonies in colonial time period, which was like they would geographically control an area. Like British came here, they controlled us, they ruled over us, right? They will send viceroy and all these like operating staff to rule over us. This is what happens in colonialism, like geographically. And similarly, parts of Africa were colonies, many other parts of Asia were colonies, right? So they colonized America as well. So that is what they do in colonialism. What is now neo-colonialism? This is not happening geographically anymore. This is happening politically, culturally, economically. If a country is economically dependent on a powerful country, isn't that neo-colonialism? If a country, think about the debts, the loans, like if a country is not self-sufficient, like our country is, so isn't that neo-colonialism? Like you don't have to do it geographically, you can do it politically, culturally, economically and all other aspects, right? So does that make sense? Neo-colonialism. So very soon it was perceived as a tool of neo-colonialism, right? Internationalization. It diminished sovereignty and autonomy. Like if you are controlling someone's economy, do you have the power to exercise any sort of control economically? Yes. So it affects autonomy. Autonomy is independence. And then dependence on economic and cultural matters. So when the whole idea, the whole notion began, there was this concept, it was celebrated. Wow, internationalization, international communication, it will bring the world closer, it will bring different cultures closer, it will bring different countries closer, it will enhance understanding, mutual understanding. It was, celebrated in that way, but very soon problems started to arise. And these were the problems that were happening with internet.